Hey guys, this is DadPayGamerBoy2 here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a video of things you should know about your iPhone 7 because there's some big changes compared to a 6S. I just compared to this since I broke my 6S, so yeah. Please ignore the Instagram notifications. But without further ado, let's get started. So the iPhone SE first gen has a headphone jack, you can see, and also one thing about it is that this is not water resistant, so if it was dropped in water, then it depends. If it was dropped in for like a short time, it should still work fine. But if it's dropped for like maybe more longer than that, then it would just say like headphones when you do these volume thingies, even though it's not connected headphones. But oh my god, can my parents shut up? Okay, sorry about that. Another thing is that this is not water resistant, so if you drop this thing in, like, let's say that if you got bored one day and you have this phone in your pocket, let's say that if you jump into your swimming pool with this phone without putting on your swim clothes and everything, then you might be like, oh my gosh, oh no, my phone just fell in the water. Does it still work? And then when you turn it on, it'll still you might notice some stuff where this will say headphones, even though it's not headphones because I haven't put this in water yet. Another thing is that it would just go. Another thing you might notice is that if you go to like settings, for example, you might see some watermarks, and sometimes the touchscreen will go crazy, and yeah, that would not be great. But for the iPhone 7, it did a lot of improvement to the SE first gen. So here's some reasons of why. So first of all, this is water resistant. This is a water resistant phone, and which has changed it quite a lot. By the way, this thing does not have the headphone jack, so also, by the way, yes, the iPhone 7 is water resistant. So if you ever, like, let's say that if you got bored one day and you jump into your swimming pool with this phone, I know you're gonna be like, and then also, so here's some examples. This is like IP67, if I remember, IP67 water resistant. So the thing about it that, also guys, if you have like an iPhone 7 and up, and if you accidentally drop them in water, you shouldn't be too worried that much, because unlike the older iPhones, this is water resistant, this one's not. So after it was dropped in water, it won't say headphones, but if you take it out of the water, then if I can do this without showing my email this time, there we go. It won't, but it will be a little bit, well, the sounds might get a little quiet if you take it out from the water, but it won't say headphones. So that's a really good thing about the iPhone 7. So things you should know about your iPhone 7. So yeah, so that's that. So if you dropped it in, like, for example, your pool, like let's say that one time you got bored and then you decide to go jump into your pool for fun, but you forgot to put on your swimming clothes, and you still have this phone in your pocket of you, and then when you forgot to take it out, you'll jump into the pool with your clothes on and this iPhone 7 with you, and you're gonna be, and after that you should not be worried too much. Well, it depends on how much speed it lands. You should not worry too much, because this phone is like water resistant, and it doesn't say headphones when it's in the water for a while, so that means let me think. And that means this phone was 100% water resistant. But over the past few times, I did put my iPhone 4 in water. I did put my iPhone 4 and 4S in water like a lot, I'm glad that I have this iPhone 4 left because this is the only working iPhone 4 I have, and this is the only working iPhone 4 I have, and if this one breaks, then I guess my parents won't buy me another one because they don't shop on eBay a lot. Plus, they just think most eBay stuff are. They just think most eBay stuff are broken stuff and junk. To be honest, I think that. By the way, eBay doesn't really sell junk stuff, like, because every time before I get a phone on eBay, I look closely at the details before I start buying it. Otherwise, I just get a bunch of like iCloud lock devices and water damage devices, and that would be just like a waste of money though, just to spend money on some iCloud locked iPhones instead of like fully working iPhones. That might be a waste of money. So, I mean, if you want to buy a phone on eBay, please look closely because otherwise you're going to get like iCloud locked ones, and that's not good. So, yeah. The home button does click differently. This one, the home button clicks down. This one doesn't. So, well, the home button doesn't click if you powered it off. So, the iPhone 7 has gone through a lot of improvement. By the way, I've always wanted a iPhone 7. By the way, before I had it, before December 2020, like, ever since I got obsessed with tech, I always wanted a iPhone 7, but my parents never get a chance to buy me one back then. But then, in like December 2020, I finally have one. I used to have a 7 Plus, but unfortunately that didn't really last long because the battery went bad and it just randomly stopped working. So I just got mad and broke my mirror up there. So, well, that sucks. Well, at least I have this iPhone 7. I know the 7 Plus is 3 gigs of RAM. My best friend has a 7 Plus, but I have a regular iPhone 7 here. Still a good phone though. But still be careful with this because this is still a great phone. Even if it's a 32 gigabyte, I still continue using it because I'm trying not to complain. Well, it's better than this one because this is a 16 gig, but I'm still gonna keep this one because it's a cool phone, and rose gold is a really good color. Also, ever since I wanted the iPhone 7, I want like a rose gold one, but then I got the silver one. Here's some reasons of why I got the silver one. Because when I looked on Target, the only options I see is matte black and silver, because the other ones are like sold out, and I only see like 32 gigabyte options, and that's all. So I just like pick a silver one and a black one, but the black one unfortunately has been returned. But a silver one, but I still have the silver one. So yeah, so when I bought it, it looks like this. It came with this original box. Yeah. To be honest, this is a really good phone. So, like for this phone, the iPhone SE first gen, if you drop this in water, then you might get worried about some functions, because then the phone will have some watermarks and go crazy. But for the iPhone 7, I don't think it'll do that because it's 100% water resistant, and you should not be worried if you drop this into a water or something. Well, it'll have to be, depends. If it's like deep down in the ocean, then it'll probably kill the phone. But if it's like down, but if it's like at your swimming pool or something, then, well, if it's at your swimming pool or something, then I guess. Oh, then if it's at your swimming pool or something, then it will. Let me think. Then it will still survive, even though it's like 5 feet deep, because this is IP67, and this is like so water resistant. So yeah. So if you guys are still using devices like the iPhone SE first gen, iPhone 6s or iPhone 6s Plus in 2021, be careful and not to drop those in water, because then you're gonna have some issues. I feel like the iPhone 4. I feel like the devices like the iPhone 6, 6 Plus, 5S, 5, 5C, 4, and 4S, if you drop those in water, then it'll definitely have a bunch of issues. So please last longer for me, because the only device that lasted the longest for me was my old Samsung Galaxy S1, and that is like my first ever smartphone that I have out of my entire life. And then I got an S3 in 2015 because my mom got a 6 Plus, got an iPhone 6 Plus. So yeah, and yeah, guys. So depends on how deep you drop your iPhone 7 in. So if you accidentally drop this into your pool, you should not be worried, because this is water resistant and it will still survive. And this phone can still survive even though it has been in the water for like, I would have to say 2 or 3 minutes, because this thing is so water resistant. And yeah, you should not be too worried of dropping this into into the water now, because Apple has made iPhones become water resistant. The reason why that's because I've watched a bunch of Everything Apple Pro videos, and I've seen those like water tests of like iPhone 7s to the 12 series, and they survived pretty good. I'll say even in a big ocean, even in the ocean. But I also have to say, please be careful with your iPhone 7 if you're at a beach or something. Like, even though I feel like someone's gonna find it and take it if you drop it in the beach. But I feel like someone's gonna take it and take it away if you dropped it in the if you dropped it in a beach or something. But if you drop it in your own pool, then you go in and take the phone out of the pool, then it will still survive and everything will work good, and it won't say headphones like on the volume thing, because this is water resistant and it doesn't have a headphone jack. So Apple has been making iPhones like pretty great over these times. I like it. It's just I didn't get a chance to have these new iPhone 12 stuff because my parents just think it was expensive. So, well, that's sad. Anyway, guys, I'll just end the video here because I don't want this to be too long. So hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.